Hey guys, Jehuty here with another Tekken 7 video, and we're now looking at the balance changes for Leo. So with the 4.20 update, Leo has received numerous buffs. The first one, however, is more of a bug fix, and it goes to Leo's Jinji Duli force. And what's the case here is that they have expanded the range of the attack, they've expanded the hitbox, and that's because in some cases when the opponent was crouching, this move would actually miss them, it would whiff for no apparent reason, so that should now be fixed. Next bug fix goes to down 2. This move on block actually puts the opponent in a crouch status. But in certain scenarios, if the opponent would input down after blocking the attack, they would also block certain follow-ups, certain mid follow-ups Leo would also put out, and that should not be the case, so that should also be fixed. Now we have a change to 3 different moves. It's the 3 ones which you're seeing here, and what they've now done is that they've fixed them so that you should be able to execute them out of sidewalk, sidestepping, and also the later half of while standing motion. So what that means is that when you're almost out of crouch but not completely out of crouch. So now we have a change to 4 different moves, and in a nutshell it's all the moves that end with the knee that puts Leo into the Jinji Duli stance. And what they've done here is on counter hits, the behavior has been changed. It looks like they've been slightly lifted upwards, but the thing is that if you immediately afterwards, after successfully hitting them as a counter hit, inputs the 2 out of the Jinji Duli stance, you will actually be able to spin them. So that gives Leo far more combo potential. So we just mentioned this move out of Jinji Duli 2, and this has received a damage buff. It used to do 18 damage and now does 20, and they did this because they felt that Leo's overall combo damage in juggle combos and aerial combos was not good enough, so therefore the buff. Then we have down forward 1-2, and what they've done is that they've changed the behavior on counter hit for the second hit only. So now you should be able to get guaranteed follow-ups afterwards. That's quite a buff for Leo in that regard. And then we have Leo's down forward 2. This has also received the damage buff. It used to be 14, it's now 15 damage, and it has the same reason as the other launcher, and that is they wanted to buff Leo's overall aerial combo damage. Now we have up forward 1-2. So the second hit has been buffed in damage output. It used to be 21 damage, now it's 25. And they felt that the overall 13 frame Punisher was not good enough, therefore they buffed it. Then we have Leo's hop kick. And this has also been buffed from 13 damage to 15. And it's once again the same reason. They felt Leo's overall aerial combo damage wasn't enough, hence the buff. And now we have forward 2. I find this one kind of massive. So this used to be -10, and it's now safe at -9. So this means Leo can now approach the opponent much easier without the risk involved. And then next in line we have quarter circle forward 1, and what they've changed here is that they've changed the frame advantage on hits. It used to be -2, it's now -1. And they did this because they wanted Leo not to be interrupted too much, because there was a possibility of opponents also immediately retaliating afterwards, and now Leo can counter attack those with an 11 frame startup move. And yeah, what we also have is that they've done it so that on counter hit the opponent is closer to Leo, and the reason for this is that if this move hits as a counter hit, Leo is guaranteed a while rising 4 into 1+2. And this would sometimes whiff, but now with this change, this should be more consistent. So next up is while rising 2. This has also received a damage buff from 15 to 17. So just like Leo's other aerial launchers, this is to buff Leo's overall aerial combo damage. And the second last move is While Rising 3-1-2. And what they've done here is they've changed the behavior on counter hit. What this special knockdown now does is that Leo is guaranteed certain follow-ups afterwards, so that's quite a buff. And the last change goes to While Rising 1+2. This is a massive buff. This move now on counter hit is a wall bounce move. So yeah, they felt that the move was a high risk move and it didn't have much return. So now they've just given it an additional property, which is, in my view, a very big buff. So that about does it for all of Leo's 4.20 update balance changes. Overall, Leo's been massively buffed. However, I still don't think Leo is quite up there with other characters. Yeah, you know how this goes. If you like the video, leave a like. Really consider subscribing because that helps me the most. There's much more content on the Jehuty Gaming channel, more guides, and also more to come. And this is your boy Jehuty, and I'll see you on the next one.